Hey guys, it's Cody from West Toledo, and I'm so excited for you guys to be wrapping up your devotionals as we go through all of this content. The thing is, last thing we're going to talk about is prayer. Lots of people pray. Fold your arms, bow your head, do the whole thing, close your eyes. You pray before dinner time. You pray when you're in the shower. You pray when you need something. You pray before you go to bed. You see, when we think about prayer, these are things that normally come to mind. And for us, we need to understand, what is prayer? How are we supposed to pray? And what are we supposed to say? As we go through the devotional, and as you might be journaling or just listening, let's go through these questions together. So what is prayer? Prayer is simply talking to God. That's all it is. This isn't a script that's given to you to focus on prayer. This isn't going to be a grade on what words that you use and how spiritual you are. You see, there isn't going to be a number of times checklist. If you pray X number of times, that gets you a better status in heaven. It's not how it works. God simply wants you to talk to Him. And the challenge in praying isn't that, is God going to be listening to me? The problem with praying that we have is, are we going to be listening? And are we ready to be honest and talk ourselves? You see, prayer is our chance to say directly how we feel to God. That's what it comes down to. And it's our moment to thank Him for all that He's given us and for who He is. So how are we supposed to pray? The truth is, the answer is just pray. Focus less on the how and focus more on just doing it and having a heart of prayer. The common practice that we see people doing is bowing their heads, closing their eyes, and folding their hands. And that form comes from a practice of Christianity in history. The idea is that by practicing this, it's a sign of respect towards God and limits distractions on what's going on around us. But in fact, this wasn't always the way that practicing in the Bible, that prayer was practiced in the Bible. In fact, we often see prayer, the phrase, lift up your hands in prayer and worship. In fact, it wasn't just simply fold your hands. We see multiple different ways. One of the ways that we see Jesus throughout the New Testament do it is kind of breaking away from everybody. In Luke 1:35, it says, before daybreak the next morning, Jesus got up and went out to an isolated place to pray. And in fact, Michaela talked about this in meditation and silence, of finding that spot away. You see, this was one of many times that Jesus found himself a space for him to pray. But the truth is, the key for us is just to do it. There's no specific way. So what are we supposed to say? Oftentimes we look for fancy words, or we don't think we're spiritual enough. But there's nothing specific that you need to say. There's no specific words. There's none of that. Again, praying is simply talking to God. The idea is that we need to focus on God, we need to be good listeners, and we need to bring forth what is bothering us. The easiest way that I remember a simple outline for me to go through is acts, starting with adoration. Adoration is focusing on who God is. It's as simple as that. The C is confession. Where have I made mistakes? Where have I sinned? The T, thankfulness. God, what am I thankful for? Telling Him truly, God, I'm so thankful for my family, my friends, my school, whatever that might be. And the S is supplication. And that sounds like a super big word, but it's the requests. And if you're anything like me, the requests come more naturally. I talk to God when I need Him. I talk to God when I need something. The truth is, that's not what prayer is. Prayer is simply talking to God. So throughout the next week, throughout the next month, throughout the next year, grow in your prayer life by simply making a habit of talking to God.
Well, hey students, we hope you learned a lot in these short devotionals, and we hope that you put that journal into good use with the information that you just learned. Don't forget, this was just a little bit of content, but there is an abundance of resources available to you for free that you can use to go deeper into your faith, like the YouVersion Bible app or the Bible Project podcast, or even gotquestions.com. But we'll put that and more information and resources in the description below. But for now, we hope you have a great Christmas and take everything you learned into the new year. Have a great day.